gonna probably, I don't think it's gonna like feel chaotic, but it's going to be a bit more packed into one video than we typically do. I started yesterday working on a project, so I'm gonna first kind of take you into that, and then we're going to visit the architectural salvage shop tomorrow, I believe, and then I've got some items that I got at an estate sale as well as my first auction win. So I'm gonna share a little thrift haul at the end of the video. So let's go. Starting off today with a long overdue project, this built-in bookcase is one of the many character features in our house that we absolutely love. And when we first moved in, I kind of just threw a bunch of books up here, some decor, but I never really took the time to intentionally style it. And since then, things have been pulled off of it, thrown on it. It's become a landing place and really just a giant mess. So finally taking the time to pull everything off, clean it up, get it painted, because all of the trim up here is just kind of a dingy off-white. When we painted the main portion of the walls, it really made it look kind of dirty up here. So we need to take the time to also do some caulking and things, but we're just getting the process started today and it already feels so much better. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up. Okay guys, so this is the upstairs. Here's what I worked on painting yesterday. It's not totally finished. I'm trying to speak really quiet because Jameson's sleeping, but you can tell this is the color of all the trim. This is the wall color. This just looks really, really dingy. So yesterday I went through and painted this built-in. It still needs another coat and we still have lots of trim up here to finish. This is one of my favorite features in the house. Aside from the built-in, I love this door. So this is our office and it's a mess right now. Let me show you why. Okay, so all of this stuff that I've got in a pile here is what I went through yesterday that needs to go up to the attic. So all of these things are like garage sale things. The bag and those 2 tubs, those are from Christmas. So those we're keeping. And then I've got books everywhere because I just emptied out the library yesterday. So it looks like a total mess up here, but really it's not terrible. It's better than it was. Of course, we've got my favorite little Halloween house. That was like literally my favorite project that I've ever done. And I love it and I keep it out year round. Like I do not plan on just like putting that away in the attic. Anyway, so if you see this in the background, that's what's going on there. We've just got stuff that needs to be put up and Luke will put that away this weekend. But our attic space is here. It's hard to carry heavy things up those stairs for me, so that's why he's kind of got that job. One of the other things we would really like to do, if you've noticed in our house, we have these like textured ceilings, and these are actually probably some of the less like textured ones. Look how dingy these look. We have an attic fan too. Those also need cleaned and painted, but we would love to have somebody come out and smooth this. This is not a project we would want to do, especially being like over the stairway. But we do really want to do wallpaper. I would love to do it to where it continues on down here and then also all around here. I think it would just be such a pretty accent. And you're getting a little preview of one of the things I'm going to be sharing with you later. Anyway, that's the upstairs. Now you guys have seen it. I've got to get to painting or I am not going to have time to do anything. I'm sure we're not the only ones who have a long list of things that we would love to do in our house. And one of those things that we would love to do is this built-in that I'm currently painting is very deep and backs up to our bathtub. So it has water access right behind it and it's the perfect size for a stackable washer and dryer. Our laundry is currently in the basement, so we have to go down 2 flights of stairs to do laundry, which is just not ideal. And this really would be a perfect space for it because it would be up here with all of the bedrooms. We have plenty of like other spaces I feel like that we could put towels and things, so I don't feel like we would be losing out too much on the storage that it serves now. And although I don't love the idea of messing with original features in a house, something like this where it's really beneficial to modern day living, I think it would be okay. We would try to probably just replicate a door that looks very similar to the top portion and, you know, give it to where it kind of has like a, you know, an original look. But it's not high on the priority list. It's just something that we've talked about doing for the last couple of years, and I think would actually be a really beneficial feature to have in the house. Okay, so this is how far I got. Jameson's awake. He's calling for me. We got one coat done on all of this. He's still talking to me. Yeah, so we got one coat done. You can definitely tell the door needs another one. But I know it's hard to tell now, but you can see the difference right here. So this is what it was like before, and this is where we're at now. So big difference, still have quite a bit to go. Need to get a second coat on these, and then gotta do the door and this door and Jameson's door too. The other thing is this. Probably should get a coat, 2 coats. Anyway, that's where we're at. We are done for today. I need to clean up. I need to get the kid up. So, to be continued. Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, and we are gonna go check out the architectural salvage. It's been a little while since we've been there. Don't necessarily have something in mind that we want to get, but it's been a little while. They've been doing sales a lot recently, so hopefully maybe they've got some good sales going on. The whole crew here today. Hey. And little man in the back, he's obviously wanting to say hi, so say hi. Hi. Yeah, we're gonna see what we find, and I will share some clips of kind of what we see with you guys. What do you think about him, Jameson? after the architectural salvage place, we ended up going to one of our favorite local spots to eat, and we are now back home, and I want to share with you the things that I've recently thrifted. A lot of these things were picked up over the last like month or so, estate sales, antique store, and my first auction win, which I'm excited to share with you as well. So I'll kind of share about that experience a little bit. So first up, this vintage trophy. I thought this was a really cool find. And this one was definitely a little bit more on the high end price for a little like decor piece like this for me. It was $19. I got it from an antique shop. So what I thought was neat about this is that it's actually a music contest trophy. So it says Marion County Music Contest Mixed Quartet 1927. So definitely old vintage trophy, very cool. I love that it actually like has this gold tone to it, even though it's worn off a bit, which you guys know. I love when things have kind of tarnished and patinaed and kind of worn down a little bit. I like it to look old. It gives it character, makes it really pretty. And it's from the area, so we are not too far from Marion County. So it's definitely like been in Kansas for a long time, which I also think is kind of cool. Luke is actually a musician, and I like to incorporate music themed items in the house, or like musical instruments. I'm really this year wanting to kind of hang up some of his guitars and just like really incorporate it more into our decor. I want our decor to convey our interests and personalities. So I like to have music themed things, even though technically like this isn't a trophy that we won, obviously, but I thought that was really neat, and it is coming close to being 100 years old, so it'll soon be considered an antique. Right now I'm really collecting things to go on that big bookshelf upstairs. I think this could be a nice addition up there on top of some stacked books. So that is kind of why I picked this up, but I thought it was really pretty. Up next, this is actually a Goodwill find. I got this a little while ago. It is a stoneware crock that has this rocking horse with a Robert Wilson quote, I believe. I don't know who Robert Wilson is. I'm guessing an author, but I could be wrong. But I did see when I looked this up that there were a lot of pieces that had this same design on them, and some were going for around $30, some were going for $10. Like it just kind of depended on what the item was. Quite honestly, I don't really collect stoneware, so it's not really something I would typically pick up, but I'm a sucker for rocking horses. I don't know what it is. I just think rocking horses are so sweet, and I've collected a lot of little rocking horse things for my son's room. So I kind of got this thinking maybe I could put like a little plant in it, or maybe in his playroom with some utensils, you know, like crowns, or I guess it's kind of small for that, but something of that sort, some colored pencils or something in it. It was $1.99 from Goodwill. I thought it was really cute, and I'm just, like I said, I'm a sucker for rocking horses, so that's why I picked this one up. Also from Goodwill, I got another silver piece. I'm really trying to limit myself on the silver pieces because I don't have great storage for them. I have collected so much of it, and I'm just running out of room. So only collecting it if it's a really unique piece. This one is a footed bowl, and I don't have any of these, and I just felt like there were so many things I could use this for. I could even use this as like a Halloween candy bowl or something like that. I don't actually have a Halloween candy bowl. We're usually not home during Halloween because we're taking our kiddo out, but you know, in future years, I feel like this is cool. You guys know I like the silver for my Halloween displays too. But I mean, I think it's beautiful any time of year, so I don't want to say it's specific to Halloween. That's just kind of how I typically end up using it, so that's kind of the first thing that comes to mind. But I love all of these silver pieces with the little ornate feet on them. I think they're just really, really cute. So I feel like I could do a lot of things with this and work it into decor in many different ways. So I went ahead and picked it up. It was $3.99, which I feel like was a fair price for it. So yeah, really just kind of an impulse buy, I will say. Up next is this set of swans. I got 2 of them. They left the little strings on, but they took the tags. So these were a totally random buy for me. I'm not like huge on the little animal figurines. I do like the brass animals, but this one, I just thought they were unique since they're black. Let me see what I spent on these. Okay, so these were $4 a piece. Yeah, I don't know. I'm collecting things for that shelf, and I feel like things like this are really nice to use to decorate shelves. I want to have a lot of books and not have like a ton of decor pieces, but I want to have some really sweet decor pieces. And I am going to share the mood board that I have for that space soon. Maybe I'll share it in this video. I don't know. They were just cute. I feel like they're cute. They can give a little bit of character to that bookshelf. So it said that they were vintage, but they don't seem that old to me. They don't have any markings or anything on them, so we just don't know. We're just gonna appreciate them for whatever they are. Okay, and then at an estate sale, I got these two books. I love pretty books, pretty old books to decorate with, and I just thought these were really nice. This first one, loved the cover on this. It's got this like ridging on the sides here, which is just a nice detail, and the gold pages. This book's in really good condition. It is from, it's not that old, I'm sure. 1986, so it's not too old. But yeah, I thought it was just really pretty. I love the design on it. And I'm definitely looking for lots of books to go up on the bookshelf upstairs. So this is one of those. The other one I got is this one. American Dream. Again, just a nice old book. This one looks a bit older to me, and I love the like torn, imperfect edges on the pages. I love books like this. I think this is so pretty. I love having just the mix of like older tattered pages and then like something like this, which is a little bit more elegant and sleek looking. Let's see. This one says, it's got a handwritten date of July 1937 in it. So let's see if the publication date is in here as well. Yep, 1937. So anyway, nice colors. I love this like kind of reddish brown tone, and it's kind of got some gold detailing too. So it'll just go nicely with all of the other books I have. I've got a lot of encyclopedias that are kind of like a neutral reddish brown color. So I think it's gonna fit in nicely. You just can't ever have too many old books. So then one of the other places that we went, they were having a collective estate sale at a little local building that they kind of rented out, I guess. So we popped in there just to see what they had, and we got a couple of things. These are not pretty necessarily. I mean, I guess some people might think they are, but we really got them to listen to. So first one we got was Swan Lake, and this is still, it's got the plastic on it, but it's actually open. So that's kind of deceiving. We got them for $1 a piece. So we got Swan Lake, and we also got the Nutcracker. We wanted some Christmas records. I've been kind of looking for some, and I would love to have something that has like really pretty art on the front of the record to display along with the record player around Christmas time. This one doesn't really fit the bill, but it's definitely one that we're gonna listen to during Christmas time. And then of course, Swan Lake, can't go wrong with that either. So $1 a piece, good find. If you've got a record player, keep an eye out for records when you go to estate sales, because you can get really good prices on them. And then also from an estate sale, I got this painting. I initially went to get a landscape that they had at this estate sale that I saw a picture of online. I really wanted it, and I just didn't get there early enough. It was already gone by the time I got there. But I really like the frame. The gold, black, and kind of white or linen, it's kind of an off-white, really fits well with my house. And I really like a lot of elements about the painting. I love the like dark moody background. I love the urn style planter. I actually really love floral prints. The only thing I don't love about this is the flowers are a bit brighter in color than I typically like. Mainly the red and the yellow. And I do feel like I could maybe try to darken them up with some paint. That's probably frowned upon, to paint over an original painting. Not that I think this is like a famous artist or anything like that, but just out of respect for the artist, maybe that's not the kindest thing to do. So I could just replace it with a vintage print that I can print off like I typically do, or I can modify it. I mean, I guess I try to think about it this way. At least I'm giving it new life and it's not ending up in a landfill. So if I don't end up using it, I can always sell it, and hopefully someone else can love on it and enjoy it. But those colors don't really specifically fit very well in my house. More like I don't mind color, but I like it to be more muted colors. And these are just a little too bright for my liking. So we'll see, but I really liked the frame regardless. It was $18, so it was not the most inexpensive thing, but for a pretty frame like this with an original painting, I thought it was well worth the price. And the like collective estate sale that we went to in that building, I've also found this lamp, which is a desk lamp, a brass desk lamp. Really, really pretty patina on it. I got this for $15. It works. It's just a great little lamp, adjustable, and it's kind of hard to talk to you and show you this lamp, but yeah, it's adjustable. I just don't think you could go wrong with a $15 brass lamp. And the lady was like, I'm so glad somebody bought that. I've had my eye on that. Yeah, so it was half off. It was initially it was $30 and we got it for $15. So really cool. There's not much to say. It's actually like definitely for a desk setting. I don't know. I just like it. From the antique store, I found this mirror, and the reason that I picked this up is because I've kind of changed my design a little bit on the entryway makeover. I initially wanted to do a mirror gallery wall, and then I changed my mind, switched up my design, decided to do some other things, and now I think I'm gonna go back to the idea of doing that mirror gallery wall. I've always wanted to do one, and what I would do is try to stick to kind of two styles of mirrors. That would be dark, kind of rich wood tone mirrors and gold ornate mirrors. But I really want to try to get gold that's a little bit deeper in color or more muted, not such bright gold. I have some really pretty mirrors, but they're very bright gold and kind of look plasticky. So I'm definitely looking to collect some that look a little more antique. What I liked about it is that it marries those two designs together. So I think when you've got some of those ornate ones, some of the wooden ones, and then you have pieces like this that marry those two together, it makes it really look cohesive. So I'm just kind of starting my collection. This was $16. So pretty good price for this. It's a decent size, as you can see. You can see also all of my sunroom. But yeah, so that's kind of why I picked this one up. I have a lot more mirrors to collect before we do that. And now I want to show you guys my auction find. If you haven't noticed it behind me, this beautiful lamp that I got from the auction. So I did my first online auction, went on, placed my bid. It was very intense, so much fun. I ended up getting it for $26, but then they add on, I think the fee is like 18%. So they do have some hefty fees. They have to make their money. So I ended up paying $30 and got this vintage lamp, which is beautiful. I haven't really been able to like look around and see any markings or anything on it, but I have a really similar one. I'm sure you've seen it in previous videos, but it doesn't have the shade on it. And I just think the shades are so beautiful. In here, it looks very, very off-white because we have a blue-based white in this room. Everything else in the house is a much warmer, creamier white. So this actually, the color fits in really nicely inside. So the shade's actually in really good condition. I didn't notice it until I got it out here, but it does kind of have some green detailing on it, which green and blue, yeah. But I feel like they're really subtle, so it's not super noticeable. A little switch inside here. I don't know for sure if this is original to the lamp, but it fits it really nicely. So once I had won the auction, they let me just pay online, and then I was able to just go on and schedule my pickup time within their time ranges. I'm sure a lot of you guys have actually purchased from auctions before. It was my first experience doing it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. Let me show you the base of this because it's really pretty. I almost forgot to share this one with you, and this is actually what I purchased at the architectural salvage place today. It is just this old drawer that I found. They only had the one. Love the wood tone on it, the old hardware. You could put like a little label in there if you wanted to. So definitely some type of like office drawer. Probably went in a desk, maybe a secretary's desk, but it's got the little metal bar here that would keep your paperwork in place. It doesn't have a back on it, but I thought this might be nice. Again, I've got that bookshelf on my mind, and so I thought that this actually could be kind of a nice thing to put up there and just give it some of that, like bring some of the wood from the floor up into the shelves, since so much of it is white right now. So that's kind of what I had in mind for it. I feel like there's so many things you could do with old drawers. It's nice just to have like an extra little piece that you can store away paperwork in. I mean, quite honestly, you could just use this for mail if you wanted just something for your kitchen counter where you put your mail in, something like that. But that was kind of my idea behind it. I got it for $10, so really inexpensive little piece just to add to my collection. Happy with that find. And the last thing I wanted to share with you guys is this wallpaper sample. So we're gonna unbox it together and see what it looks like. I've been really wanting to do some wallpaper up in that hallway. So I got this one from Spoonflower. And it's actually a William Morris design. It's just the colors are not probably what the original colors were. It's much more neutral. And I love the idea of incorporating more colors into the house. I still would probably stick with more muted colors or, you know, like really deep moody colors. But when it comes to something big that's gonna be on the wall, I want it to be something that just be kind of a neutral backdrop. So I chose this one because I love the design and I loved that it was a more muted color palette. I'm hoping that it doesn't look super gray, like maybe like a light olive gray. Ouch. So let's just look here. Oh, it's big. It's actually pretty big. So this is the sample. Wow, that's pretty. It's so pretty. I love that design. It doesn't look like super gray to me, even though the colors are really desaturated. I still feel like I'm seeing some muted tones in there, which I feel like brings in some life and some color, but it still keeps it nice and neutral, where it's not going to determine or dominate the choices of what I'm putting in as far as like rugs go and other decor. So I think it could be a really nice backdrop. I think it's really pretty. Now we just have to figure out how much we need and what the cost would be. It's very costly to do wallpaper. I think like this would be a peel and stick option. So it would be something that would be removable in case we changed our minds or someone else. But if we made the investment, we are not changing our minds on it, at least not for a long time. But I think the rolls for the like 2-foot strip, 2 foot across, and then like 10 feet long maybe, or 10 or 12 feet, they're around like $100 per piece. So to think that we would probably need like, it would be so expensive. Oh my gosh, I think it would probably be a couple $1,000s to do that whole area. So I don't know for sure, but we are toying with the idea. We're looking into it. We're gonna see if it's an investment that we wanna make. I think this is beautiful. The texture's really nice. It feels really nice for not being like traditional wallpaper. So yeah, let me give you a close-up of it so you can kind of see. I need to get this up in the space because I feel like I'm gonna be sold. You guys, I'm going to be sold on it. I actually am really curious to see what Luke thinks of it. He really likes the idea of doing wallpaper also. So yeah, I'm looking forward to showing this to him too. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope it didn't feel too chaotic. I know we kind of did a lot in this video, but I'm trying to really figure out how I can get a lot of things accomplished this year in the house and still be able to take you along for the journey. So hopefully this format is something that you also enjoy following along with. So we'll see you guys very soon in a brand new video. Bye.